Chesney Doubet, and today we are going to be making a family favorited recipe from the Southern Living Cookbook. We're headed down today to Ridley's. They have a very large selection of certified Hereford beef. Let's go! We're really lucky to have such a big selection of certified Hereford beef in our local grocery store. Not only is the beef high quality, but it is supporting Hereford families just like ours. Today I'm making a Southwestern flank steak, so I'm looking for 1 to 1.5 pounds of flank steak and all the other ingredients for the marinade. We're back from the store with our certified Hereford beef to make the flank steak and all of our other ingredients for the marinade. We're going to start our marinade, so we're going to combine orange juice in the next 9 ingredients. We need 1/4 cup of fresh orange juice. Now we need 2 tablespoons of chili sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of honey, 2 cloves of garlic minced. Now I need 1.5 teaspoons of grated orange rind, or just as much as you want. Next is 2 tablespoons of chili powder. We like it a little spicy. Okay, we're gonna use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we need 1/4 teaspoon of ground red pepper. Well, let's mix up our marinade and set it to the side. All right, now that our marinade's done, we gotta score the steak. The flank steak is a less tender cut of meat, so we have to score it so the marinade can soak in it. You can see the grain in the steak, so we're going to cut the steak diagonally, but we don't want to cut it too far that it cuts the steak in half. Now that we've cut it diagonally, we're going to turn the steak and cut it the other way. So now that we've got our last cut, going to see that you can see how we scored it so the marinade can soak in it. So now that we're done cutting, we'll put the steak in the bag. Our next step is cutting the orange and putting the slices in the bag with the marinade. Now we're gonna put it in the fridge for 8 hours. So we're gonna make triple fruit salsa to put on the top of our flank steak. So the first ingredient we're going to use is 1 cup of diced fresh pineapple. Now we gotta cut this pineapple. We're gonna dump this in the bowl. 1 cup of chopped fresh mango. It says 1 kiwi fruit peeled and chopped. Bang! And the pepper. And the cilantro. Okay, now we need some 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, now we need 2.5 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. It says we need 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Now we're gonna put it in the fridge for 8 hours. Steak's been marinating for about 8 hours in the fridge. Let's get it out. The best part about CHB beef is the bold flavor and tender product. These cattle marble and yield very well, which leads to a better eating process. We have to cook the steak for 7 to 8 minutes on each side at 400 degrees. Let the magic happen. In order to have a good eating experience, the steak needs to be properly cooked. It needs to be about a 145. We're going to transfer our cooked steak onto a clean plate. Now let's go add the salsa. Now we've let the steak rest for a few minutes, we're going to thinly cut the steak. We've got our meat plated, now it's time to add the salsa. All right, now that we got our steak plated, time for the finishing touches. Got our sparkling cider. That was kind of spicy.